Now, all of this is setting up the narrative. Verse 4 is where we actually get to the real action. And we get our WCI form here. Vayikra. Vayikra. That's clearly a WCI with a Keurig under the nutty prefix. So that's a Cal WCI. Root letters are here. 1, 2, 3. Kara with the yod prefix and nothing after. That's 3MS. So, and Adonai called out. Okay? L tells you the direction. And Adonai called to Samuel. Vayomer Hanani. And he said, Amar, with the yod prefix and a doubling that in that yod. That's a WCI, 3MS. This is a nutty one olive verb, a naughty one olive verb, Amar is. And so in the Cal, the nutty prefix gets the holem. All right, so this is a Cal. And he said, that is Samuel said, Hanani, Hene plus the one common singular suffix, here I am. We didn't read this, so let's go ahead and read this. Vayikra Adonai, El Shmuel, Vayomer Hanani. All right, verse 5, let's read that. Vayarutz El Eli, Vayomer Hinni, Ki Karathi Li. Vayomer Lo Karathi Shuv Shechav Vayelech Vayishkav. All right, here I have another WCI form, Va doubling dot. So when I bracket that out as a WCI 3MS, what am I left with? I'm left with just 2 root letters, right? So this has got to be a weak verb. And where do I find this sort of a pattern? The accent is going to be on the vaya part. So this is actually a kametz ketuf. And this is from the verb roots. Roots. And this is one of the verbs you've learned in your hollow verb chapter. The A vowel is characteristic of the imperfect and WCI forms and hollow verbs for the Cal and the Hifil. So you got to look at the middle letter. What kind of a vowel class is this? Kametz ketuf is U class, and that is a Cal. All right. So the Cal of roots is to run, and he ran, and he ran. Where? El Eli, to Eli. Vayomer, and he said, Hinni, Hene plus 1 CS. So we saw a little while ago this form of Hanani where we had the energic noon, here without it. So you can, yeah, that's right. So anyhow, just notice that you do have multiple ways that you could see this this form. So Hinni, behold me, or here I am. Ki, this is explanatory or causal for karathali. Here's kara. We saw that verb just a little while ago, but this is a perfect kara da. That is perfect 2MS. A vowel under root 1, that's a Cal perfect. For you called li to me. Lamed plus 1 CS pronoun. Vayomer, and he said. So the subject here is the he of Eli. So, and he, Eli, said, quote, Lo karathi. There's the same form as karatha, except it's now 1 CS. Okay? Perfect 1 CS. I did not call you. Or I did not call. Shuv. This is from the verb shuv. And shuv could be one of two things. It could be the Cal infinitive construct of shuv, or it could be the Cal imperative of shuv. The only one that really makes sense here is the Cal imperative. And with no ending, it's 2MS. So he's telling him, I didn't call you, so now here's what I'm going to tell you to do. Return. Shechav. This is like the Cal imperfect of shekav, yishkav, with the prefix head chopped off. This is another Kal imperative to MS from Shakav. So return, lie down, and then in response, Vayelech, and he went. Vayishkav, and he lay down. What are these forms from? This is halach, and I see root 2 and 3. Root 1 has undergone aphoresis. The yod I see is part of the nutty prefix with the WCI form. So Kal WCI 3MS for both of these verbs. Okay. This is those from Shakav. So, and he halakhed, and he went, and he lay down. The verb halak is behaving like a one vav verb. This is the split personality verb. It really is one hey. It behaves like a one vav in the Kal. And in the hifil too. Okay, let's read verse 6. Vayosef Adonai Karo od Shmuel. Vayakom Shmuel. Vayelech el Eli. Vayomer Hinni. Ki karatha li. Vayomer lo karathi. Bani shuv shachav. All right. So here we have with verse 6, Vayosef Adonai. There's my subject. This is my verb here. And I've got a Vi. So clearly that's WCI. 3MS with the yod. No ending. I only have 2 root letters left. So what am I looking at? What I have here is the verb yasaf. Yasaf. So what's the yod doing? What's the holum doing here with the yod? This is a defectively spelled holum vav. It should have been Yosef. And this holum vav would tell me that yasaf is an original one vav verb. Where do I get the holum vav showing up with my prefixes with one vavs? In the hifil. Hifil WCI 3MS. So yasaf in the hifil means to add to. To add to. Here it's Yahweh added karo. This is the Kal infinitive construct of kara. You see that familiar vowel pattern. Pakod, Kal infinitive construct. Karo, Kal infinitive construct of kara. He added to call. Od, still or yet. You should translate he added to call as he called again. He added to call means he did it again. So he added to call, he called again, still, Samuel. Vayakom, here's our hollow verb kum, which we've been spending some time in chapter 38. WCI form, vaya, that's a kametz ketuf, which is U class vowel. So this is a Kal WCI 3MS. And he stood or arose. Samuel's my subject overtly. So, and Samuel got up, Samuel arose, Vayelech, and he went, El Eli, to Eli. Vayomer, Hinni, and he said, here am I. Another explanatory or causal key for Karathat li, you called to me. Vayomer, and he said, Eli speaking, Lo karathi, I did not call. Bani. Let's talk about Bani here. What is that? This is the noun Bain, which means son. What have I added to Bain? The 1cs pronominal suffix. So, my son. How is my son functioning here? We would call this a vocative expression. Vocative means noun of direct address. Okay? So, noun of direct address. It specifies the addressee. So, I did not call my son. Shuv shakav. These are my imperatives. Return. Lie down. We've already parsed those for you. Verse 7. Let's read this together. Shmuel terem yada et Adonai, v'terem yigale elav devar Adonai. So here's my vav connected to a non-verb, another disjunctive, and this is giving me some parenthetical information here to help process the discourse, because the reader might be puzzled. Why is it, if I know Samuel the prophet, why is that Samuel doesn't realize that Yahweh is the one calling him? And so our author here is giving us an aside to tell us why Samuel keeps running to Eli. So, Shmuel, now Samuel, again, terem should be not yet here, not yet yada, there's the cow perfect 3ms of yada, did not yet know at Adonai. He had not had this intimate personal acquaintance with Yahweh that would have allowed him to discern the voice of God in the call here. So now Samuel, not yet, knew the Lord. V'terem yigale elav devar Adonai. This is a construct chain. The word of the Lord to him, not yet. And this is the subject of the verb yigale. What do I have here? I've got my prefix yod, gala, root 1, root 2, and then this is a 3-hay verb. You know, this is one of your verbs from chapter 36. Look at the vowel pattern. Keurig under the nutty prefix is characteristic of the kal and the nifal imperfect. But the doubling dot of root 1 is a nifal nun prefix that has assimilated to the root 1. And so this is a nifal imperfect, and with the yod prefix and no additional ending, it's 3ms. Why is it 3ms? Because the subject's devar. What does gala mean? In the nifal, it means to be revealed. And so the sentence should be, and not yet was being revealed to him the word of God. Putting it in better English, and the word of God was not yet being revealed to him. Verse 8. Vayosef Adonai karo Shmuel ba shalishith vayakom vayelech el Eli vayomer henni ki karathali vayavein Eli ki Adonai kore lanaar. All right, so we've parsed several of these forms, and Yahweh added to call, infinitive, right? There's the Hifil WCI of Yasaf. And Yahweh added to call, meaning, and Yahweh called again, Samuel, Bashalishith. This is from the word shalosh, or the number 3. It is an adjective. It's an ordinal number. Shilishith is third. And with the bet and the article here, we have bet plus article hey. It's on the third. On the third what? On the third time. Or in the third time, or for the third time would be ways to translate this in English. So, and Yahweh again called, or added to call, called again, Samuel, the third time. Vayakom, and he got up. Vayelech el Eli, and he went to Eli. Vayomer henni, and he said, here am I, ki karathali, for you called to me. Now, this third time's a charm, right? Eli's not going to tell him exactly the same thing here. Now, the narrator tells us what happened. So he doesn't report Eli's speech at this point yet. He gives us a comment. Vayavein Eli, subject, verb. What is vayavein? This is the hollow verb being. to know, have insight, to perceive. See that kametz there? Okay, this is a WCI, and with hollow verbs, that kametz will be in the cal imperfect or the hifil imperfect or jussive or WCI. I have here a segal, which is I class. Normally you would think that's hifil, okay? But bean is a middle yod verb, and it will have I class vowels in the cal and the hifil. So what I have to know is whether this verb bean happens in the cal, whether it happens in the hifil, and if it happens in both, which one would make sense better. What we learned when we were doing the hollow verb chapter is that the cal of being is to perceive. And that makes very good sense here. And Eli perceived ki, that Adonai Koreh, that Yahweh was calling, copula is missing here, that Yahweh was calling la na'ar, to the lad. Article hiding in here. I see the pathak and the doubling dot of the article, but the hay has been swallowed up. Verse 9. Vayomer Eli Lishmuel Lech Shechav Vahaya Im Yikra Elecha V'amarta Daber Adonai Ki Shomea Avdecha Vayelech Shmuel Vayishkav Bimkomo. All right, there's still some repetition here, but a few new things. Vayomer Eli, and Eli said, Lishmuel, to Samuel, and then here is his quotation. Lech Shechav, go. What's this from? It's from halach. Remember, halach is that split personality verb that thinks it's a one vav verb. What do one vav verbs do in the cal? In the cal, imperative, and the infinitive construct, they undergo aphoresis. Root 1 falls into Sheol. I only see roots 2 and 3. So this is the cal imperative. Lech. Oops, not imperfect. Imperative. And with no ending, it's the 2ms form. Okay? So cal imperative 2ms. Go. Shekav. Lie down. V'haya. This is a WCP of haya. And it will be is the way some people translate it. I would just say this is a discourse haya that's giving you contextual information. It's non-past. So future time, sometime coming forward, don't translate it. Just go to the next clause. If yikra elecha, there's kara in the cal imperfect. 3ms. If he calls to you, then what? V'amarta. This is a cal WCP form from Amar. I have the perfect personal ending from 2ms, but the vav in front. So that's looking like a WCP form. This is a conditional clause. So if he does this, then you do this. You should do this. So if he calls to you, you shall say, and then this is the quotation inside the quotation, because the narrator is still quoting Eli, but Eli saying, now say this, quote, Daber Adonai. This is there's my 3 root letters, davar, pathak under root 1, and a doubling dot on root 2. That is a PL imperative with no ending, 2ms. PL perfect would have a kirek, diber. PL imperative, pathak, daber. Okay? So, this is what you shall say. You shall say, speak, Adonai. Speak, Lord, vocative. Speak, Lord, ki, for Shomea Avdecha. What kind of form is Shomea? That is the holum sere of the cow participle from Shema. For listening, Abdecha is the subject of the null copula. Your servant is listening. Or for listening is your servant. Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening. That's the end of the thing he's supposed to say to Yahweh. It's also the end of Eli's direct speech. So we actually have a closing single quote and double quote. Now the narrator speaks. Vayelech Shemuel, Samuel went, Vayishkav bimkomo, and he lay down in the place of him. He lay down in his place. Final verse. Vayavo Adonai, Vayith Yatzav, Vayikra Kapa'am Bapa'am, Shemuel, Shemuel, Vayomer Shemuel, Daber, Kishomea Avdecha. All right, so here is Vayavo, Cal WCI, clearly, right? With the bo, a verb, hollow verb, Cal WCI, and with the yod and no ending 3ms. And Yahweh came, Vayith Yatzav. So this is the verb Yatzav with a yith prefix. That's hithpael, but the vav pathak doubling dot. So hithpael, WCI, yod prefix with no ending, 3ms. What does this mean? To take one stand. So Adonai came and took his stand. Vayikra, and he called Kapa'am Bapa'am. Pa'am means time. So this could be translated as according to time in time, literally. Pa'am Bapa'am would be something like former times. So according to former times. And then we have the quotation of Yahweh. Samuel, Samuel. Vayomer, Shmuel, and Samuel said, and then this is the Samuel speech. Daber kishomea abdecha. PL imperative again. We've already parsed that. Speak for subject, your servant, null copula, unstated but implied, for, oops, that actually goes over here. For listening is your servant. Your servant is listening. Predicate participle. All right. That is 1 Samuel 3, 1 through 10. Fun, fun.